Now, the other big news, yesterday the government announced it's almost half the acceptable limits for polluting gases like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and carbon monoxide. And now residential and industrial areas will have the same limits. These announcements came just ahead of the climate summit in Copenhagen. And one of the worst offenders is Lucknow, which is the fourth most polluted city. Well, Anant Zanane now joins us for more from there. Anant, of course, this announcement coming yesterday, what really is it that authorities are planning to do to take control of the pollution situation? Apparently, the National Environment Protection Authority has now been given more powers to crack down.
Well, absolutely, Gargi. The main issue, as you pointed out, is enforcement of these new norms that have been revised. You said that residential norms have been brought at par with industrial norms for industrial areas as well. But, for a perspective on how this will play out and, perhaps how the government will go about doing it, I'm joined by Yugratna. She, as we all remember, was the person who spoke at the UN General Assembly in front of Barack Obama and all those various heads of state. Yugratna, you've heard about this new revision of norms. What do you have to say to this? What is your reaction? Do you think it will really help, or enforcement is a big issue?
I think in extending the norms to the industrial level is a good thing, and it has been revised around after 15 years, and by the reports we came to know that the levels which were there 15 years ago are revised now, and it's not in accordance even with the older norm. But I think the enforcement is the major problem which we are going to face, and the government should take effective measures that the norms are not just only made, but they are enforced and reach out to the common people and to the vehicles and to the industries properly.
Are you suggesting that industries that violate these norms should be penalized? Because that is one aspect that is still not there in the laws.
I think that penalizing can be one of the good ways, but still the government should work on it, the courts should work on it, and they should frame a law if possible. But the enforcement is necessary, because that is what the youth statement of our UN says, that do not just formulate the policies but also enforce them so that they reach the ground level and they are really come into action. So I think it can be a great way.
Experts are saying that, this particular revision of air pollution norms will help India pitch for a level playing field at the Copenhagen summit. You're sporting a badge here that says that seal the deal at Copenhagen. Are you planning to go there, and do you think this will really help Indian authorities pitch for that?
I think this norm is a great step towards combating climate change, and it can be a great, like a power for India when the ambassadors of India go at the Copenhagen summit, and they can present that they have done such a great thing. And I think it can be it can create a good impact in the assembly which will be gathered there. But as far as my Copenhagen is concerned, most probably I'll be there, and if I get a chance to go there, I'll definitely ensure the leaders that they come for a good agreement to save the humanity, and good agreement for the coming generations and for the future generations.
We're in Lucknow, which is one of the most polluted cities. The SPM levels are alarmingly high. What could you perhaps do, engage the youth in the city to perhaps bring down, these SPM levels, engage in some kind of, manner with the government, the state government, and ensure that these norms are enforced and implemented?
I think the youth and the children can do a lot to these issues, because I ask the leaders that if the leaders have all the answers, then why we children have so many questions for them? And I think the children can really play an integral role. We can go to we can request our state authorities, we can request the government to make a comprehensive, to enforce a norm very comprehensively, and even we could enforce our chief ministers and the Minister of Environment for our state. We could request them that kindly make this norm an effective working, and let's show the world that India has done really something great, and this is what the nation is always known for.
Thank you so much. Well, that was Yugratna telling us that it's essential to ensure that these norms are enforced, and perhaps she herself will be at the Copenhagen summit and will ensure and pitch for proper enforcement, and she believes that this will strengthen India's case at the summit. Gargi?
Tuba.com